Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Elodie Jones and I wanted to make you a quick introduction video. I don't know how quick it may be. That tends to be my tagline. I just want to make you a quick video and it ends up being between 5 and 7 minutes. So I am going to be conscientious of my time, and I often tell students that people start to tune out after a little while, so I swear I will try not to bore you. But again, my name is Dr. Elodie Jones and I am faculty member here at Fort Hays State University. I joined the Advanced Education Programs, or AEP department, last fall in 2016. My area of interest or focus is instructional technology, and that's where I have most of my degree work done. Previous to that, I was in teacher education here at Fort Hays, so essentially I just picked up my stuff and moved down the hall. And in teacher ed, I had experience with foundations of ed. I've also taught curriculum and assessment, and probably my favorite course to teach is Ed Psych. And I think it's not only the content, but the age of the learner. They were individuals that were just getting ready to student teach, so my classes were highly interactive. They had a lot of content knowledge to bring forward and share. And so previous to that, I actually was a GTA in early 2003 through 2007. I was at KU and I was a GTA for the only undergraduate class they had integrating technology into the classroom. And so the area that I focused was also K-12. They were split K-6 and then 7-12. So I taught both of those courses for a series of about 3.5 years. So anyway, I drove between Kansas City and Lawrence for years going to school because everything was face-to-face in my master's program, which is completely different, obviously, than what you're doing in your education. So a little bit about me. I actually am a Fort Hays graduate. I have 2 undergraduate degrees. I moved to Hays when I was in 7th grade, and then I ended up going to Fort Hays after graduating from high school. And my degrees are in finance and in education. I was a high school business, computer, accounting, kind of jack of all trades, anything to do with computer work, teacher in a rural high school. And I grew up in a lot of more urban schools previous to Hays, and so I've had experience in rural and urban education, which I think those all have their own pros and cons, and so I'm glad for those experiences. And so yeah, I'm back here at Fort Hays now after getting my master's and Ph.D. I started in the fall of 2013, so this is my 4th year. Next year we'll be starting my 5th year at Fort Hays, and I can't think of a better place to be. It's one of those institutions where I fully know the value of having kind, caring faculty members that really do value me as a student, and I feel that same way about you. So I wanted to pass that along to you before we get started. A little bit about me personally is I also have 2 daughters, ages 15 and 22. My 22-year-old lives in Kansas City and my 15-year-old lives here in Hays with me. She's highly active. I thank her for being digitally active in some ways because it keeps me on the know, essentially, when it comes to technology students are using and things they're using in their classroom. So comments that I will make along the semester is the way technology has changed in use just in the last, I'd say, 18 months to 2 years. Students, as far as the age of student my child is, which is early high school, she hardly ever watches a TV. It's always in her hand, and it's usually the phone. And it's YouTube videos, it's Snapchat, very little texting, and I think what's interesting about that is how that modality has changed so much in just a short amount of time. So as far as school goes, in middle school she was using iPads. They were not to be checked out. They had to be used in the school. I know they've since changed that this year so they can actually take them home 6 through 8, 1-to-1 iPad initiative. And then in high school she uses a Surface. And everything is digital. Most of her math is paperless. Everything is through digital submission, which is pretty much how my classroom works, so I really like that. There's a little bit of adaptation that it took for her to make that switch over to electronic submission, but I think more than anything she does like it. I know that her biggest hang-up is when the device isn't working, but that's very, very rare in their instance. She talks about the school potentially getting a new technology besides the Surface, although I sat on the Hays High Site Council and I haven't seen that come up on any agendas. So Maybe they're up for a tech renewal with regard to some type of contract, but I'm not aware of that at this point. So anyway, I think that's enough about me. I welcome you to AEP 800, Utilization of Technology in the Classroom. And even if you're not in a classroom, whether you'll never be in one or you're currently not in one, I'm happy to adapt this class so it best serves you, and the outcomes and the output you get out of it best serves you, whether it's you're in a different sector, maybe it's not a classroom, maybe you're in a 3rd grade classroom, maybe you're a 9th grade math teacher, whatever it is, I want you to adapt this class so it best serves you. Okay. Lastly, I would hope that you would post your introduction video and then move on to module 2. And the reason I wanted to give you quick access to this class is that I am going to take the week of spring break off, which will be March 20th through the 24th. However, I do tell you that there's several people in this class that have had me before that know some of the ins and outs with regard to posting and just little things that you may not know about if you're new to Google. Also, if you're new to Google, I did make that introduction video on how do I get back to the community once I'm in it. So if you have questions, please address me, let me know. I'm happy to help and I'm here for you. So have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.